the Cloud. And this is Quantum Body by Deepak Chopra. And he's written several books. But this one's really lovely because he talks in such plain English about things, about just how our breath makes a difference, how what we focus on makes a difference. And he utilizes the most innovative science and the techniques that people like, because we like to have that quantifiable information. We like to be able to say, okay, this is how this makes sense. But it's of course all about our experience. But I like this book. It's and if you're ever into, this was written in 2023, so it was like recently published. So I just wanted to mention it because I'm really enjoying it. I like anything, it's all preaching to the choir for me. So I just love that. I just love that kind of stuff. So I just wanted to share that with you. And we'll get started. So go ahead and come into your space and gather your things together, because what we do in our practice, stimulating our parasympathetic nervous response, encouraging this type of breathing that we utilize is very healing in general. Just being aware of your breath, taking deep breaths, is very healing for your body. And I don't need to read a book to know that, and I'm sure you don't either. But it's always nice when we get that affirmation. I've got all kinds of goodies today. I've got my pillow. I've got a blanket to cover up with. I have some little throw pillows. Grab some throw pillows, grab a couch cushion, have soft things around. I have my eye pillow, and I was debating over what to use tonight for my aromatherapy. And of course, I love scents, and I decided on frankincense, which is a nice kind of, I feel like it's a grounding kind of scent, but it sort of connects that root with the crown chakra, I feel like. And that's kind of what we're working on today, is we talk a little bit about chakras. I think that's a lot of fun to do. I've got my 3 blankets. I've got a bolster because I do. And if you don't, that's okay. And we're going to start seated just to get a little bit of movement and some acupressure. So since I have my bolster, I'm going to sit on it because it's a pretty low bolster. It's not too high. And if I wanted to, in fact, I think I might. I think I'm going to take a couple of my blankets, roll them up so that they're under my knees. That way, you can sit up kind of tall, but your knees can have a little support under them. We might find a wider stance with the legs. So I'll just go ahead and have 2 of them. And making your way into a seat. Maybe you have your legs crossed because you like that, and you have a little support under your knees because that feels cozy. How can you transform this into your experience, your personal experience? And rub your hands on your legs. Let your eyes soften. Maybe they close. Sway very gently from side to side, like a tree in a gentle breeze. You feel your sacrum supported by the earth, the base of your spine. The root chakra, you could think of the root being the coccygeal plexus, base of your spine. Chakra refers to wheels of energy, and we emit an electromagnetic field from our bodies. This can be measured, and it comes further out in certain areas around these nerve plexuses, and also our endocrine organs, especially our heart. The electromagnetic field from our heart really extends far away from our body. I think for some people it's like up to 15 feet. It's wild. Coming to find a place of stillness. Bring a hand to your heart and a hand to your belly. Let your eyes soften and close. And feel your warmth and gentle pressure of your hands. Feel your breath, noticing your breath. We have this beautiful ability to bring consciousness, to bring awareness to our breath rather than just letting it do what it does automatically, which is a wonderful thing, of course. But when you bring awareness, it's like building a little bridge to how you feel every time you come back. And coming back to your breath. Find a smile into your experience. Smiling, it affects our endorphins, it affects our hormones, affects your physiology. So cool. And set an intention for your practice today. Maybe you can intend to relax and restore your body, to encourage this sense of feeling safe, feeling held by the earth. An intention to come back to your breath more often, whatever it is, just being here. This time you've set aside for yourself. Put your hands out in front of you and kind of open and close your hands. Making fists and then stretching your hands as much as they want to stretch. We'll make circles with your wrists, nice gentle circles. You might let your fingers spread and bring them back into little fists, going one direction and then the other. Gonna take our 10 dragons, your fingers, and run them through your hair. If you have a little hair tie-in, you can just gently scratch your scalp. Rub your scalp. Breathing into that nice feeling of your fingertips touching your scalp. Releasing tension from your scalp. I'm going to tap a little in between your eyebrows. Just gentle tapping on your third eye. The pineal and pituitary glands, the medulla oblongata, some of our older brain structures. Let's tap the top of your head while we're at it, while we're up here at the crown chakra, your connection to source, the pituitary gland, and the cerebral cortex. And then we'll come back to the third eye. A sense of understanding, self-awareness. I'm going to come down to your throat and just stroke your throat. Throat chakra, communication, thyroid, parathyroid, larynx, pharynx. Coming down to your heart, tapping around your heart, tapping over by your collarbones, all across your chest. That's always a really nice thing to do. It just encourages the release of tension from your chest. The cardiac plexus. Oh, and your heart, it's really something. Thymus atop it as well. I love. Just saying to yourself, love, whatever it is that you love. Bringing it down from the throat, stroke your throat down to your heart, speaking your truth, speaking of love. Oh, it's freeing. And coming down to your solar plexus, the plexus of nerves. Also your pancreas. I choose you're right in front of T11, your thoracic spine, your ability to turn. Your thoracic spine turns much more than your lumbar spine. I choose to speak kindly to myself. Oh, bring it down from your throat to your heart, to your solar plexus. Speaking kindly to yourself. Oh, and your navel, pat your navel, just pat your navel. Sacral chakra, your inheritance, your original chi from your parents. Thanks, parents, for feeling that creative force. And it's our creativity, not just making people, but just feeling creative in general. We like to create what we love. It's bringing it down from the heart down to earth. We have to be here. Here we are to be able to manifest those things. And then a little lower, the root, feeling your tailbone sinking into the earth, the root, the coccygeal plexus. Well, I didn't mention with the sacral chakra, it's the kidneys, adrenal glands, the reproductive organs. And wow, that was a whole little chakra from up to down experience. Extend your legs long on and bounce your knees. And you have little blankets under them or little pillows. Windshield wipe your feet from side to side. I think we're going to do a little bit of more motion in our legs before we come to lie back as well. And we'll do some movements with our upper body too. You're going to grab one knee and hold on to the back of your upper leg, and you can straighten and bend your knee. So straightening and bending. You can let your other leg do whatever feels good. This might not be a lot of straightening and bending. It might be several times. Whoo, stretching, pointing, flexing your toe. Hello. And let your foot come down, moving the blanket out of the way. I'm going to let my knee fall out to the side and back in. And do that a few times. Out and in. Out and in. Breathing. Remember breathing. Oh, we're gonna bring that leg back down long, maybe have a nice blanket underneath of it, and move your ankles. We're gonna do the other side. Bring your hand underneath of your, behind or above your knee, the back of your leg. Straightening, bending your knee a little bit. Moving your ankle, your toes. Your foot down. Scooch that out of the way a little and let the knee go out and in. Bring your legs into either cross-legged posture or having your legs stretched out in front of you. Make sure you feel supported and blankets under your legs are nice. Let's do some shoulder rolls up to your ears and down. These energy centers from the base of your spine to the crown of your head. The flow of energy. You think about the flow of our energy, of our blood and lymph and nerve impulses, all of the intelligence of your body. And we also have these ideas of energy centers, of the chakras or the dantians, so different kind of places on the body where there's a greater amount of that electromagnetic field extending from front and back and out to the sides and everything in the other direction with your shoulders. Let's do some lateral stretches, just from side to side, sort of flowing like water. And in Chinese medicine, they're called meridians, these little channels of energy. In yoga, they're called nadis. They seem to be connected with our connective tissue, and moving encourages the flow of energy, as does breathing. And there's across many different ancient cultures, there's this idea of the central channel. In yoga, it's called the Sushumna. In Chinese medicine, there's the governing vessel up the back of the body and the conception vessel from the top of the head down to the pelvic floor. And that is sort of an orbit of energy, the microcosmic orbit, imagining energy moving from the base of your spine to the crown of your head, from the crown of your head down to your pelvic floor. And it's very grounding. It's more grounding than say like I've experienced with Kundalini yoga, where you're really kind of encouraging this energy to move from your root all the way up to the crown of your head. I feel like we live in a society where we're a lot in our heads and we need more. Coming back to center, I'm gonna twist in each direction a few times. So this can be just a gentle twisting of your spine, getting that nice movement there. So you can even think about this with your breath, envisioning as you inhale your breath moving from this beautiful sort of pool of chi at your pelvic floor, up your spine from the base of your spine to the crown of your head. And then as you exhale, it rolls down like a waterfall from the crown of your head to your pelvic floor. Coming to center, find just a few little seated cats and cows. Nice gentle movements and breathing, all encouraging that flow of energy. Back to center. You can start to get yourself prepared for your first restorative posture, which is going to be Mountain Brook. I'm going to use my bolster today because I have it. If you don't have a bolster, that's okay. You could take 2 folded blankets and bring them to where your spine is going to rest. 1 or 2, honestly. 2 is going to make it a little higher. You know, if you like to have the extra height under you, that could feel nice. So I'll just demonstrate what that would look like. I'm also going to take some of my other stuff and roll up a blanket, creating a little ramp for my legs. So it's sort of a flowing mountain brook. I've got my blanket to cover up with. And before I get there, just to show you, bringing legs over this bolster. If you have issues with your low back, having a little more height under your legs can really assist with that. And as you lie back, you want to have your sacrum be on the ground. This comes underneath of your lumbar spine. And then you relax back. Maybe you have a little pillow that you put under the back of your head. Ideally, you want your shoulders releasing off of this support. So that can feel really, really nice. And if your low back is bothered, lift your hips, press your buttocks away from your low back and release it back down. And that might feel better. Or maybe you just use less height under your spine to come out. You're going to roll to your side and come up. So you could always take one out. And you could even use that extra blanket to give yourself more height under your knees, which is going to be a bit more friendly to your spine. And then you have a little less intensity, but again, you want to make sure you have that support under the back of your head. And if you wear glasses, you want to remove those. Oh, this lower one is actually doing it for me, so I'm just gonna stay right here. You can bring your eye pillow to your eyes. You can even use some of your aromatherapy now. I mean, why not? If you have it, it's just nice to get yourself into that place using your senses, using your sense of smell, that old brain. Always being willing to give yourself a little massage in different areas, wherever your body would like those beautiful healing hands to touch. Covering your eyes, feeling extra comfortable. And then when you're ready, take a deep breath and exhale, allowing your back body to sink into the support beneath. When we find these types of postures, they are beneficial to stimulating our parasympathetic nervous response and also stretching deep in the body. It's sort of like yin yoga. Yin yoga utilizes long holds to open up some of those meridians associated with the connective tissue. And here your belly, your chest is opening. So you're opening that conception vessel, that ability to allow your energy to flow back down to that pool at your pelvic floor, your lower dantian. Relaxing, releasing your shoulders off of the blanket, stretching the meridians associated with your heart and lungs. So opening up that space, I would say that entire space of your throat, your heart, your solar plexus, what would be known as the middle dantian, the lower dantian being your belly button, and below essentially that sacral and root area. So as you breathe, filling up your belly, allowing your breath to dive down towards your pelvic floor. Exhaling as your abdomen releases and relaxes towards your spine. Feel supported by the earth. breath to be natural, unconditioned, and just bringing yourself back to that sensation of exhalation. Begin to deepen your breath and make small movements with your fingers and your toes. We're gonna end up coming onto our back without any support underneath of your spine. So that might mean that you roll to your side and remove the support and then come on back. Bring your knees into your chest and give them a squeeze. Rock your knees from side to side as your head rocks in the opposite direction. You're going to make circles going in opposite directions with your knees. Hold on to your knees and press them away. And bending your elbows and straightening your arms. Massaging your abdomen. Stimulating the production of synovial fluid and stretching your hip flexors, which is something that they tend to shorten when we sit a lot and go the other direction. And our psoas muscle that kind of winds, it is your hip flexor essentially, and connecting through around your vertebrae. So it's like connecting your legs to your torso. That shortening of your hip flexors can lead to low back pain, can often be associated with that. Getting into your hip flexors gently. Bring your feet to the ground. Let's just let your knees fall from side to side. If they're on some height, that might actually feel really nice. Mine feel nice on the heights. Falling from side to side. Let your hands drift across your abdomen. Where our awareness goes, our attention goes, our intention goes. Let's say that. It's the same with our awareness. In the book that I'm reading, Quantum Body, he's talking about how if you're on a busy street, your brain likely will kind of mute or take away a lot of the different sensory input that's coming in because it's not important. But you might hear the voice of your friend or hear the sound of the crosswalk enabling you to cross the street. So we pick up on certain things that are important to us through a whole world filled with a variety of sensory experiences. And it's the same thing when we feel into our own bodies, into how we feel, or bring our attention more to different things that make us feel lighter and enjoy life a little bit more. Perception is everything. And so here you're massaging your belly, encouraging digestion, thoughts of ideas of the food you ate earlier today. I'm gonna roll to your side and cross your arms. Let your fingers touch your shoulders and gentle little butterfly taps on your shoulders. And slowly roll all the way up to a seat. Take your time. Our next posture is going to be resting frog. Resting frog is a great way to release your low back. It's quite a hip stretch. The more height you have under your torso, especially under your hips, the easier it can be on your body as well. So we'll play around with that. I'm going to take 2 blankets. I'm going to lay them next to each other for my knees to be on. And so that'll be nice and soft. Now, you could take a couch cushion, that would work, or you could take a couple of folded blankets. I have this bolster, so I'm gonna grab this bolster. It could have a blanket and a bolster and a pillow on top. You definitely want to have something for your forehead to rest on. So I'm actually gonna take a block would work real well, a yoga block or a couple of pillows maybe. I'm gonna take my blanket and just fold it up a couple of times and have it here towards the front. And I'm going to show you a couple of different options in resting frog. One would be to take an extra pillow and place it under your hips. When you come down into this posture, you want to have your neck free. You want to make sure that your neck isn't being squished by the support. And that's where then you can have your forehead resting on this little blanket here. And your arms are going to just rest at your sides. You want your shoulders to be able to relax. You could have your legs straight out behind you, or if it feels okay, you sort of bring your legs into little frog legs. And your ankles come straight down from your hips, from your knees rather. And so you can play with how that feels. I'm going to press myself back up and grab a blanket. Sometimes it can feel really nice to have a blanket, especially on your back body, on your kidney area. More height is going to do different things, and I encourage you to play with this posture a little bit. It's something different. I don't cue it that often, but I really feel that it has a really nice effect on the back of your body, especially on the low back, when you're able to relax. I'm going to grab my glasses and remove them. And just let your whole body just release into the support beneath you. This is very restorative, of course, for your nervous system. And as you breathe into your back body, breathe into your low back. Oh, let your head relax, let your eyes soften, and your forehead soften. And be sure to have yourself as comfortable as possible. Again, having your legs straighter back behind you will take a little less pressure off of your knees. Having your knees kind of way out to the sides is going to be a different kind of experience. And I encourage you to just play with this a little. And then take a deep breath and let it go. Opening the governing channel, the meridian that runs from the base of your spine up to the crown of your head. Giving yourself the opportunity to breathe into the backs of your lungs. Breathe into your low back. Vision your breath softening and relaxing the tissue and the muscles supporting your spine. Take a deep breath and let it go. You're going to bring yourself into child's pose. So scooching your toes under, maybe moving your knees, bring your hands under your shoulders and press yourself up and then back into a supported child's pose for a moment. Slowly make your way to a tall spine, maybe sitting your hips back on your heels if that works for you. And pause here. Or in a seat with your legs extended, because we'll get there next. And breathing and noticing how you feel. And then moving your pillows or bolster off to the side. I'm going to fold up a blanket to sit on. I'm going to take this blue blanket and I'm going to fold it up so that it creates a nice little height for my bum. I'm going to take my other blanket and just sort of move it off to the side for a moment. So I have my nicely folded blanket for my hips to come onto. I have my bolster, my pillows, things of that nature close by because we're going to find a forward fold with straight legs. Now, I like to take a blanket and roll it up to place under my knees. So I have the blanket under my hips, helping me to sit up nice and tall, and the blanket under my knees. And then you can do a few things. You could grab some pillows and just begin to fold forward to stretch the backs of your legs, to stretch this long line of fascia from the bottoms of your feet up the back of your legs, up along your spine to the crown of your head. And you can let your forehead rest on the backs of your hands. You can turn your head in one direction or the other. Whatever feels nice here to just let yourself release forward. Letting yourself go, letting yourself be supported by the earth. Somatic practices help us to connect with the earth and to connect more with our bodies since we live our lives thinking about lots of different things. We're out of our bodies quite a bit, and bringing things back down through that from the source, that crown chakra, to your third eye, understanding down into your throat, speaking your truth and speaking kindness through love, through your heart, down into your solar plexus, your self talk, and your ability to choose, coming all the way down from that place of source and understanding and communication through love, through how you behave towards yourself, all the way down into your original chi, into your sacral center, your creativity and your root, that connection with earth because you belong. Now take a deep breath and let it go and slowly roll yourself back up to a tall spine. We're going to utilize our folded blanket under our hips for a elevated twist. So I'm going to grab my bolster I have off to the side and my pillow. Just gonna have them off to my right side to start. I have all kinds of other stuff here for cozy's sake, but that's what I'm gonna utilize. I'll come off of this height and I'm gonna bring it down a little bit lower to where my hips are gonna go. I'm also going to use one of my other blankets under the back of my head. And you want the tops of your shoulders to come to the edge of the blanket. That can feel pretty nice. I'm going to lift my hips onto this height. It could be more if you wanted. It could be less. I could probably get away with using this bolster. That might feel nice, a bolster or couch cushion under your hips. But this works for me right now. Coming onto your back. So it's like a supported bridge, very low supported bridge. Make sure the back of your head feels comfortable and your chin is coming towards your chest. I'm also going to, before I get there, I'm going to take one of these little throw pillows and I'm going to bring it kind of under my left shoulder to let my upper body feel supported, bringing my knees in and then letting them fall over to the right. So as they fall over to the right, I could even place a pillow between my knees, shins, and ankles. I can adjust my upper body so that my chest faces the ceiling a little more. And then I'm just going to let my hands rest on my belly, my glasses. Take a few nice breaths. Stretching the outside of your hip, giving your abdominal contents a nice squeeze. Giving your spine a twist. Encouraging that flow of energy, that beautiful fountain of life, that central channel that begins at your pelvic floor, sort of this beautiful pool of water. And this fountain comes out from that pool of water all the way up to the crown of your head and back down, continually filtering and providing nourishment and encouraging the flow of energy through the smaller tributaries, through your meridians. Bring your knees back in, and then your feet come down to the ground, adjusting your hips, adjusting your spine. And switching sides, I'm going to bring my little bolster set up to my left. And I have my pillow to go under my right shoulder. Oh, nice. I'm gonna do it on the other side. And bring your knees in and let them fall over to the left. Maybe bringing a pillow or a blanket between your knees, shins, ankles. Adjust your upper body, that thoracic spine, this solar plexus at T11. Your ability to turn, your ability to choose, breathing into that space of your pancreas, and even bringing your hands to that area. Feeling the warmth and gentle pressure of your hands radiating into your tissue. And sinking that beautiful love from your heart, from your cardiac plexus, down into your solar plexus. Shining love into yourself and your perception of yourself, how you choose to see yourself. And it is a choice. And take a deep breath and let it go. Back to center. Adjust your spine. Now lift your hips and remove the bolster or blanket from under them. Wiggle your hips on the ground. Wiggle your spine. And then roll to your side and slowly come up to a seat so that we can start to set ourselves up for final relaxation and the fountain of life meditation. And I'm going to make my back body have a lot of softness. An extra blanket can be so nice, so welcome. A couch cushion works like a bolster. Taking a blanket, rolling it up on top, creating a ramp with your pillow. That's an excellent bolster. Gives you that relief of low back pinchiness. You can even have extra height if you like, or maybe you have a little extra kind of low pillow you can use under your head. And getting yourself situated, grab your blankets, covering up your feet. I've got these pillows, which are really great to have under my elbows so that my hands can rest on my belly. It feels really nice. I have my aromatherapy. I have my eye pillow. And getting yourself as absolutely comfy and cozy as you can. You know, adjusting your props so that you feel very supported, so that you can let go. Ooh. Take a little bit of your aromatherapy in your hand, removing glasses. Come off to the side. Rub your hands together. And take a nice whiff of that aroma. You can anoint yourself wherever you feel compelled to go. It's listening to your body, listening to your intuition. We have to train ourselves to listen to it oftentimes because we weren't taught how to do that when we were younger. We have this beautiful gift of intuition, and the gift of our breath, and the ability to touch base with how we feel. But these are things we have to strengthen. As a society, we go to great lengths to not feel what's going on in our bodies. And so you're bringing awareness to your body, and sometimes that can be uncomfortable. Sometimes we have emotions and ways that we feel that we wish we didn't. And breathing into those places and holding them with kindness and love helps us to process them. So resting comfortably, bring your eye pillow to your eyes. Take a deep breath and let it go. I want you to envision at the base of your pelvis, that your pelvic floor is this beautiful fountain of water. This is the fountain of life. We can think of that sea of qi through the lower dantian. Your original qi, you were given at the time of your conception that you strengthen through your practices, through the food you eat, the water you drink, the air you breathe, and the way you talk to yourself, and all kinds of things. When you surround yourself with beauty and things you enjoy, it all strengthens your original chi. There's this beautiful fountain at the base of your pelvic floor, and it has 7 jets of water. Each of those jets is going to move up the back of your body through to the front and back down to your pelvic floor, making our way through the chakras. The first jet of water comes up from that beautiful fountain at your coccygeal plexus towards the base of your spine. It's very small seeming, and it has power though, and flows right back down into that pool of water. Your root chakra, I belong. The fountain gains momentum. The second jet of water coming up from that pelvic floor through your root to behind your navel, and through the navel back down to your pelvic floor, the sacral chakra, I create. The third jet of water makes its way from that beautiful pool of your pelvic floor, gaining momentum through the root and sacral chakras up to your solar plexus, to T11, crossing in front across your pancreas and back down into that pool of water. I choose. The fourth jet of water comes from the pelvic floor through the root, gaining momentum, the sacral, all the way up to the solar plexus and to T4 and across through your heart. I love that sense of love. Each jet of water rinsing, cleansing, clearing each chakra to encourage the flow of energy, the balancing of it. I belong, the root. I create, sacral. I choose, solar plexus. I love, heart. The fifth jet of water makes its way from the base of your pelvic floor, gaining momentum, that momentum of life from the root, that belonging here, coming up through the sacral, up more momentum, solar plexus, more through your heart, all the way to your throat, to your cervical spine, coming out through your throat and back down to the base of your pelvic floor in that beautiful fountain of life. I speak my truth. Coming from the base of your pelvic floor, the sixth jet gains momentum. Root, I belong. Sacral, I create. Solar plexus, I choose. Heart, I love. Throat, I speak my truth. It comes to the base of your skull, through your occiput, and comes out through your third eye, through the space between your eyebrows. I understand. I understand. Pineal, pituitary glands, medulla oblongata, older brain structures, deep understanding of yourself. The seventh jet of water makes its way from your pelvic floor through that momentum of the root to the sacral chakra, up to the solar plexus, all the way up to the heart, the throat, the third eye, to the crown of your head, and it pours out and back down to that pool of water at the base of your spine. I am connected to source. 7 jets of water, 7 levels of individuation, 7 centers of energy along your spine, connected to plexuses, endocrine organs, connecting your physical, emotional, psychological, spiritual bodies. Breathe and enjoy your beautiful fountain of life. It happens without your doing anything, without your forcing. It is occurring on its own. But when you bring your awareness to it, just like when you bring your awareness to your breath, you touch a place inside of yourself. You encourage your enhancement of your perception. Take a deep breath and let it go. And make small movements with your fingers and your toes, your wrists and ankles. And give yourself a full body stretch. And bend your knee and take your time making your way to your side. Letting your eye pillow fall off as it does. Giving yourself a little hug, rubbing your upper arms. Slowly make your way up to a seat, taking your time, seeing if you can keep your chin tucked as you get there. You do rocking side to side, front to back. Feel connected to the earth, so supported all the time. Bring a hand to your belly and a hand to your heart, feeling the warmth and gentle pressure of your very own healing hand. Bring a smile to your mind's eye and let it soak into your being, smiling back. Offer yourself kindness, compassion, peace, and love. Bring your palms together. And the light in me sees and honors that same light in you. Namaste, friends. I thank you so much for your practice tonight, for whatever time of day it is. Take good care.